Howdy ho there, neighbor Joes and Josephines. It's currently 6:36 p.m. Eastern Time. Eastern Time! I say it with every freaking video, but every time I get somebody asking, what time zone are you in? Eastern Time Zone for me, Russian graph. We get these cute little markers, so I can tell you what time it is for me very easily. Any hooters. Here's our graph for today. We had another combination day. These two are pretty interesting to me. It's almost as if it was forming a ladder for us with this horizontal release energy going on in the third eye, the throat line, the heart line, the solar, and the sacral. And then on either side of it, we've got these two poles that were formed from new energy being received, and then the result of it having integration, of course, and then being pushed down with more release, because we got to get rid of, you got to skedaddle the stuff that is old and no longer serving us, so we can make room for this new stuff. You know what I'm saying? These hit. This one is, oh wow, 1 to 3 a.m. ish, a little bit before 3 a.m. We have this first one hitting. Then this pattern of integration going on. The integration, especially on the third eye, I also say this in most of my videos, it makes me feel a little bit rough up in the old noggin. Pressure in the sinuses, my eyes burn. It's really hard for me to wake up when we're still receiving this in the early morning hours. So y'all are lucky I love you, because I haven't wanted to open my eyes to make my morning videos, but you know, you're my homie, so I'm going to. And then the second one kind of comes in the hours between 8 and 9 a.m. finishes up, wraps up by 9 a.m. So those are the two major receivings that we have been blessed with today. Is receivings even a word? I don't know. Then after that, we get this spike that comes in here at around 11 a.m. again in my Eastern Time Zone, ceiling titty. And that kind of has the energy, the release energy, calm down a bit. We can see that even though we were releasing on the sacral, right here, we're not really doing anything. This is pretty calm. Same with the solar. We do have a little bit of trickling, a little bit of scratching through the surface, a little bit of release energy breaking through, but nothing super dense or impressive happening there. Some more as we get up into these higher chakras. The heart lines got a little bit, the throat lines more consistently, the third eye, and then this right here. All of these are giving me like a whoosh kind of vibe to them. These remind me of like candles melting or like a waterfall. This one reminds me of like a rain cloud, and then the rain's coming down from it up in our crown. So kind of instead of just receiving point blank period, we're kind of washing or melting away other things that no longer serve us in that same process. Cool. This one, head's been kind of iffy all day as it is. I had a claw clip in earlier. I gave myself an everything shower and I spent a good chunk of time just rubbing my scalp. It felt fantastic right around this, which would have been 1 p.m. and lasting here until, oh shit, I kind of lost track there. What is that? We got probably like 4 p.m. It kind of chills out. Now going into the evening, again, we are picking up those levels of release and we're getting some more integration here. I did wait a few minutes. I went to make the video at like 6:28 and I saw this little slivery, this little bugger right there, and I was like, oh, is that gonna be something big or is it just gonna be a little tiny slice? Turns out it's just a little tiny slice. So nothing significant, but sometimes those do affect me a little more intense than these bigger chunks do, because like I kind of described to you guys before, we were asked to match the Earth's frequency. So when the Earth is picking up because it is receiving something and its vibration is going higher, wow, it's going crazy, crowd go crazy, woo, then our bodies are doing the same thing. And when it's quick to shut back off, it's kind of like, oh shit, I just got here, now I've got to calm back down wild. So we might get a little lightheaded, we might get a little bit woozy, we might get a little discombobulated if we receive a lot of these little tiny slivers versus the bigger surges. Alrighty. I typically, I say this every freaking Sunday, and then I show up every freaking Monday with a report still. But typically, I take Mondays off. If there is anything significant, of course, you will be seeing my face yapping away in your ears about what's going on in this graph. I'll talk to you maybe tomorrow, maybe not.